You're welcome back to this channel. Today I want to show you how you can measure your plackets correctly. This opening around the neck is the placket. And many times we normally use standard measurements. And it's not always good enough to be using standard measurements for your clients. It's not always good enough. So it's better you know the accurate size of your clients in order to know the accurate size you are supposed to use. Because even that standard measurement is a measurement of a particular person. But it's just assumed that it can be used for any person. For example, an adult or children from age this to this. But normally, we are different in shape. God created us in different ways. Some are fat, some are not, and some look fat, but when you measure them, you see that they really have a kind of moderate kind of shape. Okay, so it's always good to measure your clients. And how will you measure this placket? To measure placket, you need to know the actual measurement of your neckline. The measurement you have gotten for your neckline is not a problem. That is only to guide you to know the normal neckline you're supposed to give your client. But for plackets now, many people will just give it maybe extra 4-inch, extra 5-inch, extra 6, or maybe 7. But to know the actual number you are supposed to open on your client's fabric, you need the circumference of the head of the client. For example, let me show you this. You can see I'm showing you a mannequin. Let's assume we want to slash the plackets for this mannequin. You will need the circumference of the head, just the head. You can see you need to put your measuring tape to the back of the head, the highest part of the head. You can see that's like not like the highest particular, but like the longest side. Okay, so you will have to measure it to the front. Can you see this? Though you may think, how will I be measuring my client's head? See, so far the client is not asking for a cap. But don't forget, for you to have a perfect placket opening, you need the circumference of the head of your client. I will explain this to you shortly. Okay, let's assume this client now. You won't measure it exactly that. Give it an extra 1, just like an extra 1, so that it will be free enough to enter the head of the client. Because that's exactly what you want to achieve. You don't want a situation whereby your client will return the clothing back to you, that the head is not entering him or her, and you just want to be sure that everything is perfect. So you need to measure the circumference of the head. And when you measure it, like the one we measured now, we measured 22. So when you are done with cutting your neckline, the normal neckline you have measured for your client, you will now measure it round, like measure the neckline round, like this. This is like 2, 3, 4. Just layer it round. 9. So like we can see here, this is 13.5. The neckline here, the whole neckline here now is 13.5. So you will now deduct this 13 from the 22 that we got from this manicure. So when you remove 13 from 22, how many is remaining? Let's do the calculation together. Okay, so you should be having, like, if I'm not mistaken, you should be having like extra 9. Am I right? Okay, because 13 plus 9 should give us, okay, should give us 21. That's exactly 22, not 21. So 9 plus 13, that's 22. So that means the remaining 9 now, after deducting 13, the remaining 9 we have to be divided into 2. This side is half, this other side is also half. So if you divide 9 to 2 now, it will be 4.5 here, 4.5 here. So when you just measure your fabric down as 4.5, it will be the perfect size for that particular client. Let's assume this manicure is a client. So you will just measure 4.5 from here and mark it down. That will be the exact slash point you are supposed to stop for your client. I hope you understand this. If you don't understand, you can drop a comment in the comment section and I will attend to your question. And if you want me to create any other content that you are still confused about, please drop the question in the comment section. I will read it and respond to you promptly. So I hope you got this correctly. Once you slash it down to 4.5, you mark that. So you don't need to give an extra inch. Why? Because by the time you are sewing, you will definitely still sew extra half inch. That's why we gave extra 1 inch when we measured the manicure the other time. You know, when we measured the manicure, the head is 21. The circumference was 21. And we added 1 more inch. And that makes it 22. And now that we have removed the neckline from the 22, we have just 9 left. And we divided the 9 into half, and that gave us 4.5. So you measure exactly that 4.5. By the time you finish sewing your placket, it will still give you the extra 0.5 inch that you needed to add initially. But you don't need to add it. Don't add it when you are slashing, because by the time you finish sewing, the sewing will still remove that extra 5 inch. Thank you for watching.